Welcome to the Business Spotlight series. My name is Steve Chiama, and I'm the franchise owner for Action Coach in Fairfax, Virginia. And I'm your host today of the Business Spotlight podcast. And today I have the pleasure to introduce Osama Tarraf, the co-founder and president of istek LLC, as my guest. And today we're going to talk about Osama's business, his journey into business ownership, challenges, best practices, and share a peek into what it's really like to build and operate a business. So if this is your first time on the channel, be sure to like and subscribe to get notifications when a new show like this one drops. Osama, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here today. And please, if you would, give us a little bit of background about who you are and tell us a little bit about your business.
Thank you for inviting me to this. It's a pleasure. About myself, I have a PhD in electrical engineering from City University of New York.
Mm-hmm.
Worked most of my time in telecom.
Mm-hmm.
Used AI, as it's like the trendy word now, since my PhD time,
Mm-hmm.
as a tool, not as a flashy thing to use. And I worked in small companies and individual contributor, director, VP, manager, or I invested myself also in creating a couple of startups, become founder myself, and worked in different countries
Mm-hmm.
in the US and the Middle East. I'm based in Fairfax, Virginia now, and about my business is that this current business is Urdu. It's a consulting business. Started as finished my previous job as a VP of service architecture in a company in Fairfax, and I decided to go back to business and start
Mm-hmm.
Tech LLC, where we give consulting in
Mm-hmm.
telecom,
Mm-hmm.
cloud services,
Mm-hmm.
highly scalable cloud service,
Mm-hmm.
and also in AI
Mm-hmm.
in these areas. And we are a group of a lot of people in my profile as consultants, uh, including people like Bell Labs fellows, a lot of PhD people having also writing books in
Mm-hmm.
the field. And myself, I have about 19 patents under my name in the
Mm.
area of optimization, AI, and telecommunications.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's start a little bit and talk about the structure of the business. You're co-founder, that implies that you've got at least one partner. Um, but are there other investors, or what's the structure of the business look like?
Actually, my business is a private business,
Mm-hmm.
and just a small correction, I'm the founder. I'm just
Mm.
the owner of the company, and I mainly I run the main part of the business, and
Mm-hmm.
I have also do part of the technical uh,
Mm-hmm.
as technology part, but I depend on consultants, mainly like big network of consultants, as I said, where we can pull their part-time, full-time when we need to solve a
Mm-hmm.
project based on the solution we need. So for example, if a customer of mine wanted to solve a problem in private wireless networks and 5G, and it needed, and the spectrum is very big there, like from hardware, software, and a lot of layers within that. So from my network, I was able to create a team that really have what we need from every person. Even sometimes
Mm-hmm.
people consulted for an hour, some people worked for 100 hours. And then we can really create that good team to solve this problem with
Mm-hmm.
the optimum cost without any extra overhead.
Got it, got it. How much of a permanent team do you have there?
Uh, Permanent team, part-timers, we can say we have three,
Mm. Okay,
including myself, yeah.
okay, very good, very
And
good.
one of them is my daughter. She's finishing computer science now. So,
Where at?
George Mason.
Very good, very good. That kind of gets me to a question. When you're running a business, there's a whole bunch of hats that have to be worn, anywhere from business development, sales, uh, production, product development. accounting, bookkeeping, HR. There's a whole bunch of different roles that have to be played. I'm assuming that with that kind of a structure that you're wearing most of the hats right now.
Yes, I can say that. But you to do that, I think it is better to invest the time in
Hmm.
selecting the right tools.
Good.
So, so if accounting, for example, you have to invest the time in studying a couple of tools, and you
Hmm.
ask also people who have done it recently in your
Hmm.
size of project. You can even hire someone who's expert
Hmm.
at that. It costs
Hmm.
you maybe some X amount of dollars per hour for a couple of hours. That will save you
Yeah,
a lot of time later,
right.
and you might get good advice as don't do that, do it manually
Hmm.
sometimes. Um,
Hmm.
and just this is a thing, like you invest in studying that. Don't if you're starting a new business, don't look 5 years from now with respect
Hmm.
to these tools because it's very expensive.
Hmm.
And I know your time is limited, but it's better to invest in the right amount. You don't want
Hmm.
to have a burn rate every month, which is few thousands that you don't need.
Hmm.
And you keep the budget for the tools really, which helps your business.
Hmm.
If you, for example, doing government contracting, just okay, put the money with the tools that like help you really parse the business and get more information about the government.
Hmm.
Uh, this would be good advice there. Also, the focus. You
Hmm.
have to focus in the core of your business,
Hmm.
but you have to dedicate a time
Hmm.
to operate your business. So
Hmm.
don't be very busy talk to technical. You have to split it and be religious about it, maybe
hmm
80-20. Otherwise, your business will not gonna go forward. Business development is very important. Sometimes we do what we love, like we love the technical part and we just get busy with it and
hmm
spend all our time there. We love it. We start building a code or solving a problem for a customer or okay, making surveys or whatever help your customer, but you forgot about business development, which is the next step, which will bring your next customer or your next product. So this is
hmm
important also. You have to put some time there and commit to it. And I did these mistakes myself. So
You're speaking from experience.
exactly, you will save a lot of time doing that as well. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Very good. That kind of gets me to a question. Who are your target customers? Who do you serve best? And why specifically do they want to buy from you? What makes you unique?
Uh, Currently, our focus on customer is really startup and mid-sized companies who
Hmm.
really want to focus into telecom and AI in areas that they cannot invest in a team themselves.
Hmm.
You need a diverse team which has a lot of expertise in different areas, and
Hmm.
you don't want to waste time in learning it yourself because it's not the focus of your area, or you are very busy and this 10-20% of your business is secondary, not the core business of you, but it's
Hmm.
very core and important. Then that we will jump in and try to help in that moment.
Hmm.
And with the diverse team we have and the flexibility, so
Hmm.
being not full timers actually give us a lot of flexibility that we can really have a very diverse team which can
Hmm.
solve a problem
hmm
for a good revenue actually.
hmm
Yeah.
Good. 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 Good.
And there is another topic we started as well when we found there is also another product we have called Solicit AI. When we found that there is huge amount of effort I spent trying to do business development with the government, but I found that also the government doing a lot of work
Hmm.
on solicitations and so we started making a prototype for to help the government be able to writing their solicitation, managing their
hmm
procurement process in a different way, in point of view, looking at the legality, the FAR Act, and looking at all these rules and coming up with helping them writing the language and the English language itself of the documentation, doing market analysis, for example. in a way that it adds a lot to it. We hired for that one, for example, we hired subject matter experts who was contracting officers for 20 years and retired people to really
Uh-huh.
help us doing it. It's not AI like just putting data in, data out. No, it has a
Yeah.
lot of smartness of an experience from that, and that was a need product we have. We're trying to push the government, but with all the dynamics that's happening and all the overhaul of the FAR, then
Hmm.
we decided to hold on a little on that and stop. And this is one thing also like people can learn. Like yes, you can think about do everything right, and you think you're in the right time in the right place, and then suddenly something happened that's out of your control, and you have to be agile and just trying to find something else and
Yeah.
change, find a
Yep.
different direction. It might come
Yep.
later. It might you just drop it.
Yep.
So my advice also don't fall in love with what you're doing. Like 100% commitment, especially with engineers. You're like, we love building toys, and but at a certain time you have to say, okay, that's enough for this. Let's do
Yeah.
something else, and maybe come later, or it's a smart way to drop it now.
It kind of gets you to the question, is this a hobby or a business?
Actually, it's both.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm lucky. One of the lucky people to love what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah. That kind of gets me to the question, why did you decide to go into business in the first place and why this specific topic?
This is not my first time to do business. I every time is different reason. Like
Hmm.
sometimes I have an idea of a product that I want to
Hmm.
do. So
Hmm.
I leave what I'm doing as an employee,
Hmm.
take some of my savings, try to do something,
Hmm.
and put my full-time 110% in it.
Hmm.
Uh, s- and just see what's happening. And
Hmm.
sometimes it is a good exit, and sometimes you lose all your money. So, but it's different because this time I found that I can add a value by having this model I'm talked about that
Hmm.
which is something I encountered when I was working in companies. Like I'm a director or a VP, and I want to build a product, and then I cannot develop all this team to build a small piece of my product. Then I
Hmm.
start depending on external companies who they are experts in this area. And the it was a struggle on like it was a pain actually to find such a company can solve these niche areas and can be flexible enough to take responsibility of doing it. I'm not
Hmm.
interested in when these roles, I'm not interested in getting a company that all they care about is just counting hours and submittable at the end of the month. And at the end, this is the requirement you asked for. I want the company to help me even writing my requirements.
Hmm.
So I switched hats and said, okay, let me be that person who already have someone have a problem, and then we solve the problem for that company
Hmm.
or entity, and of course be billable, of course, but the main help them defining the problem, find the best path, make the strategic decision to make a complex solution like, or a scalable solution or
Hmm.
uh, adaptable solution based on the requirement of the customer. So that's really what triggered me to do it this time. So, and we'll see.
What was your goal? What are you hoping to get out of it personally? Why? And it gets that's part of why this specific topic. So you get to solve a problem. Is that what you were looking for?
Uh, to make an impact, like I found that I spent, let's say, few years working for a company and
Hmm.
then do one product.
Hmm.
Of course, you put commitment to it. You want to do it. You don't want to leave it at the middle and you want to accomplish something. But at the end, it's one product.
Hmm.
I found that I can, in a short time, help a lot of entities and
Hmm.
have more impact in different areas and
Hmm.
even in sometimes new areas to me that I will learn
Hmm.
new
Yeah.
things. And it's interesting what can you do there, and interesting. And sometimes things for me it's considered very simple and easy and trivial, and then I found that it has a value for a customer, and it's really big thing for the customer. So try to monetize on that a little as well.
Details, details. Good,
Yeah.
good, good, good. Along this path, what would you say has been the most memorable hurdle you've had to cross? What's the most interesting challenge, maybe?
Starting it.
Mm.
Starting it is a hard decision. Like to
Mm-hmm.
start, like because it's a painful process. Like I have done it before multiple times, and
Mm-hmm.
what you're gonna do, the decision on of what you want to do, your mission,
Mm-hmm.
your
Mm-hmm.
vision. It looks like a standard talk in the books, and everybody like in all these entrepreneur talks happening, but actually it's real. Like
Mm-hmm.
what you want to do, what you want to accomplish, the
Mm-hmm.
mission, the vision. Really, who's your customer? How you
Mm-hmm.
happy at it? What you define success in the end, at the end?
Mm-hmm.
Are you agile enough
Mm-hmm.
to move around? How you count that, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and how you measure your KPIs. The first main questions which build this business plan to decide on this path, because once you decide, you commit, and you
Mm-hmm.
have to commit with all your strength, and you have to not to be stubborn just to put, if it dies it dies, but really you have to commit and really push hard. So the decision to do this path or this path or this path, doing your own product or work again for someone, or just doing that, but because the journey is hard and tough, and you have to do enough studies in the beginning to before you commit to that.
Good plan. Good plan. How would you do in this particular venture? How will you define the success? What will that look like?
I defined success for me when I had 10 consecutive, like on the same time, paying customers.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
Not yet, but
Why that specific criteria? What is it about that criteria?
it means that we have built credibility with
Okay.
some ongoing customers.
Mm-hmm.
They come to us all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We're part of their team building product or service.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say I'm thinking about like maybe five of them are continuous and five of them coming or with interrupted times.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how I see it. Like mean credibility means that we proved ourselves, we proved that we can add value
Mm-hmm.
to customers, and they
Mm-hmm.
come back to us. And this process is continuous.
What will you do with it with the business at that time? So let's pretend you get there, I don't know, 3 years, 5 years, 10
I
years. What will
I
you do with it at
I
that time?
think if I reach at that point, I will be doing this hobby. I would simply pass the management, like all other not side jobs, is like the head big part of the management to someone else, and I just
Mm-hmm.
be the technical hard problems.
So for you, that's finished.
That would be yes. I'll be just doing these problems with the company and focusing on technicality and picking the problem I want and just solve it.
Okay. All right. Um, Based on what you've learned so far in business, and you've done this a few times, if you were to start this business over again, would you do something differently from what you've learned?
Uh, yes and no. Like
Mm,
based on the information I had at that time, I think I did the right action at the information I have. But if we just, for example, I know now that the government will have a lot of changes, then I would
yeah.
I would invested in doing business development in different areas in the government, which doesn't have changes or require the changes or need the need of the change. So that is one decision I would have done. Uh, Maybe also I have would have tried to travel more and trying to meet people in different areas
Hmm.
than the areas I was targeting. From concept of networking itself, like some of the events of networking are very local, or just meeting
Hmm.
people in a certain area, and I would uh, also expand on my links with some organizations, technical
Hmm.
organizations, which is enhance my visibility. Uh, yeah, I think that's what I would have done.
Yeah, I mean, there's always something new to learn. If we haven't learned something today, we've probably not gotten the best value out of today. So there's always some new way to look at something.
Yes, yes, but the things that at the time when you have certain amount of information, you have to make decision based on what you have.
Yes.
And even if you know all the 1,000 tasks you can do, but you have to pick from them the 10 that you think is the important. And this is where, yes, everybody know we need to network. Everybody know we need to go in certain areas and advise your relationship with organizations. But when and what and the priorities based on the time you have. So that is
Very good. Very good. Very good. Awesome. Awesome. Um, this is good. This is a lot of good insights, actually. This is very good. Before we wrap up, let's try a few rapid fire questions. What would you say is a key to success for you?
uh, wake up in the morning every day, want to do it.
Yeah, get it done.
Yes,
I like that. That's good. If you and I were having coffee at a coffee shop and somebody walked in talking about their excitement about starting up a business, what's one piece of advice you would share with them based on your experience?
have a mentor.
Good. I like that. Yes, very good. You've had a good journey. You've done a lot of stuff. What among that would you say you're most proud of?
I am I'm proud of that the projects I've built,
Hmm.
not all of them, some of them are really acting function
Hmm.
and exceeded the performance it has been done, even for my own journey, or I was working for a different company.
Okay. All right. If on the flip side of that, if there was one thing in your current business that you could improve this afternoon, you had a magic wand or some magic dust, what would that be? What would you change?
I would change business development to make it much more efficient.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good one. Any particular insights on how you would do that?
Uh, I would focus on there's things you have to do yourself in the beginning of the business,
Hmm.
no matter what. Not
Hmm.
no matter who you hire to do it, still, it's a small business, you know it, you know everything about it. There is some things that you need to do it yourself.
Hmm. Hmm.
And you have to balance the time between that and your technical work, and you have to do sacrifice.
Very good. Very good. Let's go to the most important question. People who want to get to know you, get in contact with you, talk about possibilities, how could they best get in touch with you?
The best way is to go search Osama Tarraf in LinkedIn,
Hmm.
or I don't know the spelling, O Tarraf at istekllc.com.
Hmm.
But I am on LinkedIn, I will respond in less than a day.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Very good. This has been a very good conversation. You've added some really good points into this story about how the business journey goes. There have been a couple of things I've really enjoyed hearing about. You certainly have to think about prioritizing your time. That is a really important skill, is to decide what you need to be doing there's certainly what needs to be done, but what of those do you need to be the one to do it? So that's a very, very good
Yeah,
point.
and I'm not claiming that I succeeded every time I'm doing that.
Yes, but we learn something new every
Yes,
day, don't we?
exactly.
Very good. So this has been good. I want to thank you for sharing that and specifically that insight. And I encourage everybody watching to save the show, come back and watch it again. Osama has shared with us a couple of really relevant insights into this game. So don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you can get notifications every time a conversation like this drops. So thank you to everyone who joined us today, and a special thanks to Osama for being with us, being vulnerable, and sharing. I really appreciate it. Thank
Thank
you.
you.